Welcome back to the channel. This week, the streaming world is stacked with fresh drops, from pulse-pounding thrillers to emotional dramas and brand new series everyone's already talking about. If you're looking for something new to dive into, you're in the right place. Today, we're counting down the top 10 movies and TV shows released on streaming that deserve a spot on your watch list. Grab your snacks, get comfy, and let's jump straight into the best new releases you can stream right now. Number 10. Death by Lightning. The four-part limited series Death by Lightning, premiering on Netflix on the 6th of November 2025, dramatizes the remarkable yet little-known story of James A. Garfield, the 20th President of the United States, whose short presidency and tragic end changed the course of American history. It opens with Garfield's unlikely rise, from Ohio congressman and Civil War hero to president, in an era rife with political corruption and fierce battles over patronage and reform, setting the stage for his ambitious but embattled tenure. Midway, the narrative shifts to his greatest admirer-turned-assassin, Charles J. Guiteau, whose delusions of grandeur and entitlement lead him to believe he has a divine right to a government post, and whose act of violence becomes a catalyst for change. The series shows how Garfield's agenda for civil service reform and equal rights collided with entrenched political machines, and how his sudden shooting at a Washington railroad station triggered not only national mourning, but also sweeping medical and governmental reforms. It does not shy away from the medical catastrophe that followed Garfield's wounding. His doctor's repeated probing of his wound without antiseptic practice allowed infection to spread, ultimately killing him, despite the bullet not being immediately fatal. Number 9. The Vince Staples Show. Season 2 of The Vince Staples Show opens in the aftermath of heartbreak, as Vince struggles to cope with the loss of his Uncle James and searches for a sense of peace in the chaos of his life. Hitting the road with his mother Anita and sister Bree, what starts as a family trip quickly becomes a surreal journey through grief, guilt, and buried memories, including a violent run-in from his past that refuses to stay buried. The season sharpens its signature mix of satire, surrealism, and dark comedy, turning everyday moments into strange, emotional reflections on fame and identity. With Vince's trademark deadpan humor and offbeat storytelling, the series walks a fine line between absurdity and vulnerability, revealing new layers of his world and his mind. Season 2 feels bolder, funnier, and more personal, an evolution that pushes both the comedy and the heart even further. You can watch The Vince Staples Show Season 2 exclusively on Netflix. Number 8. All Her Fault. All Her Fault is a chilling new suburban thriller based on Andrea Mara's best-selling novel, with Sarah Snook starring as Marissa Irvine, a mother whose perfect world collapses in an instant. When Marissa arrives to pick up her young son Milo from his first playdate, a stranger answers the door and claims to have never seen him. From that terrifying moment, the series spirals into a maze of deceit, suspicion, and heartbreak as Marissa unravels the secrets buried beneath her seemingly safe neighborhood. With Dakota Fanning, Jake Lacey, and Michael Pena rounding out the cast, the show delivers a gripping mix of psychological tension and emotional intensity, exploring how far a parent will go when trust disappears. Filmed in Chicago and Melbourne, the 8-part series pulls viewers into a haunting mystery where every neighbor might be hiding something, and every truth comes at a price. You can watch All Her Fault exclusively on Peacock. Number 7. Robin Hood. The upcoming Robin Hood series on MGM Plus delivers a bold, gritty reimagining of the legendary outlaw's tale, set in the brutal aftermath of the Norman conquest. It follows Rob, the son of a Saxon forester, who rises from humble roots to lead a rebellion against tyranny and injustice. By his side is Marion, the courageous daughter of a Norman lord, torn between loyalty to her family and her secret devotion to Rob's cause. As their forbidden love deepens, their fight for freedom becomes a powerful story of sacrifice, rebellion, and hope. Blending historical realism with a modern pulse, this 10-episode epic combines heart-pounding action with emotional depth. Robin Hood premieres November 2nd, 2025, streaming exclusively on MGM Plus. Number 6. Power Book 4: Force. Season 3 of Power Book 4: Force turns up the heat as Tommy Egan, Joseph Sikora, doubles down on his mission to rule Chicago's ruthless drug game, with enemies closing in from all sides. From Miguel's violent crew to the powerful Marquez cartel, Tommy finds himself walking a deadly line between power and survival. His partnership with Diamond, Isaac Keys, begins to fracture under pressure, while Diamond's brother, Jannard Ifonit, Chris D. Lofton, stirs more chaos in the streets. Amidst the bloodshed, Tommy tries to shield Mireya, Carmela Zumbato, and the few people he still trusts, even as his empire teeters on the edge. Packed with explosive confrontations, the betrayals, and bold power plays, this season cements Tommy's rise, or fall, as Chicago's ultimate kingpin. Number 5. Pluribus. Pluribus Count is a mind-bending sci-fi drama set in a world where an eerie phenomenon has infected humanity with relentless happiness. Everyone smiles, obeys, and lives in blissful submission. Everyone, that is, except Ixpuesh, Carol, Rhea Seahorn, a cynical author mysteriously immune to the contagion. As the last truly free mind on Earth, she becomes the reluctant hero in a surreal fight to save the world from happiness, even though she'd rather stay out of it entirely. Mixing dark humor with sharp social commentary, the series dives into themes of conformity, free will, and the loneliness of seeing the truth when no one else can. Created and executive produced by Vince Gilligan, Pluribus delivers a stylish, unsettling, and witty exploration of rebellion in a smiling dystopia. Pluribus past premieres November 7th, 2025. The movie starting our movie list is Tyler Perry's Finding Joy. Tyler Perry's Finding Joy tells the story of Joy, Shannon Thornton, a gifted but constantly overlooked fashion designer whose career keeps getting stolen right out from under her by her ruthless boss. Hoping for a fresh start and maybe a spark of romance, she tags along on a holiday trip to Colorado with the man she's been crushing on. But when a shocking truth comes to light, Joy is left stranded in a raging snowstorm, and her perfect getaway quickly turns into a nightmare. Just when things seem darkest, she meets Ridge, Tosin Morohunfala, a rugged, quietly mysterious stranger whose presence pushes her to see herself, her dreams, and her heart in a whole new way. As she rebuilds her confidence, the film weaves warm romance, humor, and self-discovery into a snowy adventure about finding strength in unexpected places. In the end, Finding Joy asks a powerful question. Sometimes when your life falls apart, is it actually falling into place? You can watch Tyler Perry's Finding Joy exclusively on Amazon Prime Video. Number 3. Black Phone 2. Black Phone 2 drags viewers back into its chilling supernatural world. Picking up 4 years after the horrors of the first film, Finney Blake, now 17, is still scarred by what he survived, trying to live a normal life while the shadows of his past cling to him. His younger sister Gwen begins receiving disturbing, dreamlike phone calls, visions of 3 boys being hunted at a remote church youth camp buried deep in the snowy wilderness. When whispers of the grabber's return emerge, presence that shouldn't exist anymore, the siblings are forced to confront not just their trauma, but a sinister force tied directly to their family's darkest secrets. The sequel blends brutal, nerve-shredding terror with emotional intensity, exploring faith, fear, and the price of survival as the nightmare spirals out of control. You can watch Black Phone 2 via digital rental or purchase on Amazon Prime Video. Number 2. The Smashing Machine. The Smashing Machine is a raw, unflinching biographical drama that dives into the rise and unraveling of MMA legend Mark Kerr, brought to life with towering intensity by Dwayne Johnson. The film tracks Kerr's evolution from world-class wrestler to one of the most feared competitors in the chaotic early days of the UFC, a world where the rules were few, the violence was real, and the cost was steep. While his power inside the cage seems unstoppable, his private life begins to crumble as painkillers, pressure, and fame eat away at him. His relationship with Dawn, Emily Blunt, becomes a heartbreaking tangle of devotion and destruction, revealing how even love can get swallowed by the fight. Directed by Benny Safdie, the movie blends gritty realism with emotional depth, exposing the painful truth that the toughest battles aren't fought in the arena but in the quiet moments afterward. In the end, it challenges the idea of glory itself, asking whether victory still matters when it costs you everything. You can watch The Smashing Machine through digital rental or purchase on platforms like Amazon Prime Video. Number 1. Frankenstein. Frankenstein, 2025, delivers a sweeping Gothic reinvention of Mary Shelley's iconic tale, blending icy atmosphere with emotional ferocity. The film begins in 1857 on a doomed Arctic expedition, where a dying Victor Frankenstein, Oscar Isaac, is found drifting between life and madness, and where the monstrous being he created lurks close behind. From there, the story unravels Victor's tragic fall from brilliant aristocratic surgeon to an obsessive creator blinded by ambition, while the creature evolves from a forsaken experiment into a powerful, intelligent force demanding justice. Visually stunning and hauntingly intimate, the movie contrasts the wonder of scientific creation with the devastating consequences of abandonment and arrogance. Jacob Elordi's portrayal of the creature brings both terror and heartbreaking vulnerability as he confronts the man who gave him life only to deny him purpose. In the end, the film becomes a grand, tragic confrontation between creator and creation, questioning whether the true monster is the one stitched together or the one who held the needle. You can watch Frankenstein, 2025, exclusively on Netflix.